What's up? What's up, y'all, and welcome to another episode of Blah Blah Blog. It's your girl Marsha, aka MM Dulce, author of Baggage Claim: A Life Story. Available on Amazon as well as my website mmdulce.com. But this is the 811 series, and so I have to use my time wisely. As you guys know, or if you're new to this channel, what's up? And I am doing this series to count down to 30. So I am reflecting on some things that's happened in my 20s and sharing these 8-minute and 11-second reflections because in about 43 or so, I don't know, I'm gonna stick the screenshot over there. In about 43 or so days, I turned 30 and I'm excited about this new decade of life. And I'm so reflective right now. I'm in a very contemplative space, thinking about all the different things that I've been through. And you know what? Since I actually included the fact that I'm an author in this intro, I think today I want to talk about my number one fucking accomplishment, at least to date. All right, I'm back. So, Baggage Claim: A Life Story. I'm not here to talk about what the book is about too much and go too deep into it, but I do want to talk about how this book has been the biggest, not just like the biggest accomplishment, because honestly, I rate this over graduating college. Because let's be real, there's like 80 million cajillion college graduates out there and not that many authors. Okay, not that many published authors. And the reason why I think this book is such a huge accomplishment for me is because, okay, let me know if you're like this. Are you somebody that puts other people's needs before your own? Are you somebody that's a giver? Are you somebody that, I don't know how many other ways to say this. You can kind of consider yourself like a modern day martyr where you're just constantly doing for other people and sometimes overextending yourself. Well, all of the above over here. And it's been so easy to give to others and to commit to others and to be invested and involved in what other people have going on. And I think the reason why I prize my accomplishment as an artist of this book, an author of this book, and an artist, because I did design the cover. You can better see it here. I'll just stick it up here for the rest of the video. But I think the reason why I'm so proud of myself for writing this book is because it's the first thing I feel like I truly did for myself. Like, I feel like being so much of a giver, being so invested in other people's lives. I mean, I have a job where I work as an academic advisor. I'm constantly cheering students on as they complete their degrees. In college, I was like the biggest football fan. I was constantly encouraging my friends that were on the football team. I was just always in a position where I was just constantly cheering other people on. And this was the first time I ever dedicated myself to a project that I cheered myself on. And it was something that I kept to myself for a long time. So it gave me something to do where I spent a lot of time alone. And so I don't know if you are also the kind of person where you hate spending time alone. I had to learn to grow into it because I love spending time with other people. Big extrovert. So this was definitely like a self-love thing for me. There are a lot of people, and let me know down in the comments if you've ever thought about writing a book, if you've ever thought about starting a YouTube channel, if you've ever thought about I remember I met someone that said they wanted to start their own show, and they just a lot of people just have these dreams that they just sit on. The people that wanted to start different projects like podcasts, and they just never do it. And every time I meet someone that says, oh my God, I really want to write a book, I just, I don't know where to start. I'm like, just do it. Like Nike in this bitch, honestly, just start writing. And I always say this one thing: write it for yourself. Because if you write it for yourself, you're not going to be thinking about how X, Y, and Z is going to go. And you're not going to think about how Tom, Hank, and Jill, I was thinking about Tom Hanks, but you're not going to think about and I was thinking about Jack and Jill. But anyways, you're not going to think about how all these people are going to receive your book. If you write it for you, you write a book that you fuck with, it's quite, I don't know, I feel like it's quite likely that the people that fuck with you are going to fuck with what you create for the most part. Will they in the end? It doesn't matter, because if you do something that you enjoy, how can you regret that? If you do something and you commit to it, and I'm not saying, oh, because you're writing it for yourself, you're not going to take it seriously. No. As I poured into this, I feel so many emotions when I read this, because it like I laugh, I cry, I really poured my heart into this. It actually took me 3 years to write this book. So I started in 2017. Oh my God, I was like 5 years ago. So when I was 25, and released it 3 years later in 2019. And I'm so proud of myself. And I still have the sequel in the works. I'm so sorry, you guys, but being in grad school, and that should be a conversation in another episode, has really been time consuming, and it's taking a lot out of me to commit to my book, and to still be like a 4.0 student in grad school. But like in general, like the reason why this book means so much to me is because I did it for me. And so when I read it and I was finished with it, I was like, I was so satisfied. It was like a project not a lot of people knew about. So it's like I had like a secret that like I like got to like nurture. It was like a baby that I got to like take care of and like keep close to my heart. And I never did anything like that. I never did anything sacred for myself. So I remember when my boo thing, I love you so much, Tiffany, she helped me edit the book. And you know, that was a very convoluted process because we really didn't have a lot of time to edit. So there are still some like typos and errors, but I take full responsibility for that. I remember because she was my beta reader and editor. And a beta reader, if you don't know, is like a person that reads your book while it's still in manuscript mode, or before it's published in general, right? And or at least that's how I'm defining the shit. Fuck it. But I remember she read the book and she was like, oh my God. And she was reacting and I was like going fucking crazy. Like it makes me so happy and so proud to talk about it right now because she enjoyed my book so much. I was like, my toes did gang signs. Like they was like crossing and shit. Like I remember just feeling so happy and feeling like, wow, I was already proud, but this is just extra. And I think that is how we should take, that's the approach we should have when it comes to anything, whether it be TikTok, whether it be our YouTube, whether it be our Instagram reels, whether it be art that we create. I also created all the art that you like see in the background and such or whatever, but like I never like create art for sale or whatever. I wanted to at one point, but there's so many things I wanted to do in my 20s. Anyways, more on that in another episode. But like, no matter what it is that you do it for you. Learn to make yourself the most important person in the room. Learn to make yourself the only judge, the only person with an opinion that counts. Because I promise you, when you learn to do that, and when you silence everything and you just listen to yourself and you commit to that, you learn that you can make yourself proud, that you don't need external validation. So this book was definitely something that boosted my confidence. It's definitely something that made me like really proud of myself and really, really happy. So if you're interested in checking it out, the link will be down below in the bio. But thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of Blah Blah Blog and the 811 series.